Jannah. No guarantees. Maybe his eternal abode eventually will be Jannah. But remember, we work so far backwards, all those stages could be very dreadful for him. Like as if he's going to end up in Jahannam forever. All those stages can be very worrying for him, where he's on the wrong side. He's with those that are going to stay there forever. He's on the wrong camp, in the wrong camp. So you don't belong there. So that's why it's important to live your life upon taqwa. If you have taqwa, you don't have dhulm. And if you have dhulm, you don't have taqwa. So Allah says, ثُمَّ نُنَجِّ الَّذِينَ اتَّقَوْا. The people of taqwa will be saved. So that means those who are not muttaqeen will be doomed. So what description does Allah give them? وَنَذَرُ الظَّالِمِينَ. We're going to leave the oppressors, the zalimeen, on their knees on that day. Meaning they'll have lost all hope. Before they've even crossed this bridge, they would understand, they would know that they're finished today. So you're either a muttaqi or you're a zalim. So if you have, let's conclude now. If you have 50% of taqwa in your life, what's the other 50%? It's a dhulm. If you have 80% of taqwa in your life, what's the other 20%? Dhulm. And Allah hates dhulm. Allah said in Hadith Qudsi that I have made dhulm haram upon myself, and I make it haram upon you all as well. All the humans and jinns. Between yourselves, I make dhulm haram. I will never exercise dhulm upon you, and I expect that you do not do it between yourselves either. So, nobody can be satisfied with 80% of taqwa, because that means there's 20% of dhulm. Nobody can be satisfied with 99% of taqwa. That means you still have 1% of dhulm in your life. And dhulm is haram. Dhulm is haram. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us 100% muttaqi. May Allah enable the speaker to have this of a great degree in his life than the listeners. And may the listeners have 100% in their life as well. So I'm asking 101 for myself. Subhanallah bihamdihi, subhanallah al-azim, wa ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Yeah, sure. I'm just going to turn this off. Yes, bismillah. Taqwa means, the result of taqwa is a person never disobeys Allah. That's the result of taqwa. But how do you get to that stage? You get to that stage when you have that level of awareness of Allah, of who He actually is, that His awareness stops you from disobeying Him. Because you can't reach the result of taqwa. The result is you never disobey Allah. But how do you reach that? You reach that when you recognize Allah to that level, to what He is, that it stops you from disobeying Him. So that's why they say, that's why Umar radiallahu ta'ala anhu asked Ka'b ibn Ahbar radiallahu ta'ala anhu, "Oh Ka'b, tell me, what is taqwa?" So he goes, "Oh Amirul Mu'mineen, have you ever treaded a path, a thin narrow path that has thorns on each side? And what would you do to your cloth? You would tighten it with your skin and then tread each step carefully, just in case one step from behind or in front hooks on, the one thorn hooks onto your cloth. That's how you protect your cloth, isn't it? To live your life like that, this is taqwa. To live your life like that, that not a single breath, thinking, speech or action should disobey Allah. But who can do that? The one who always has awareness of Allah in his heart. Otherwise we forget. Then we do what we want to do in forgetfulness, isn't it? So to have that level of awareness, that consciousness of Allah, so that you can then behave like that, so that you can be classified a muttaqi. Muttaqin is plural of the singular word muttaqi. So you are Khalid, and you three are Khalids. All three of your names is Khalid. I'll say this is Khalid and you are Khalid. So you are muttaqi and you are muttaqeen. Yeah? In English we just Englishify, say muttaqi and muttaqis. And like houses and houses. So that's English way of saying it. But it's muttaqeen and muttaqeen. Can be muttaqoon, but different ways. But muttaqeen is alright. Hudal lil muttaqeen. All, more than two is muttaqeen. Yeah? MashaAllah. Okay, alaikum salam. Allah bless you, MashaAllah. Who was next? Okay, Bismillah then. Sorry, say that again? Yeah. Off the top of my head, I don't know right now. But did you? Yeah. Is that part of the root? Taqi is da, qaf, waw, and ya. These are the original letters. Taqi was actually taqawi, but the Arabs don't like saying hard things on the tongue. Taqawi. It's not taqawi. Taqi. So there's a change of all things happen, and yes, muttaqeen is a more expansive way, expansive form with a different meaning because of the pattern it comes on. So muttaqeen means the people who have taqwa in their lives, and taqi is a quality. Taqi, you'll say piety, Allah consciousness, fear of Allah. There are different interpretations because all these things, they lead to the result, which is not having any disobedience in your life, which is actually what taqwa is. But because there's no one way of doing it, if you have Allah's consciousness, then you won't disobey Him. If you fear Allah, then you won't disobey Him. But people just translate in many different ways, keeping the end result in mind. That when I say this, the person must understand that I don't disobey Allah. That's what the basically is. Taqiyya. You can have taqi as a male's name or taqiyya as a female's name, yeah. Yeah, it means pious. It's a quality, piety. Yeah, no problem, barakallah.